Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to be your guide today. If you've ever stared at a computer screen completely filled with code and thought, yeah, no way I could never do that, well, I'm here to tell you that yes, you absolutely can. Today we're embarking on a step-by-step roadmap tailored specifically for absolute beginners, pulling from Deepak Behera's fantastic Day 1 Guide to Python Programming. And look, by the time we finish this explainer, you aren't just going to know what Python is, you'll have your computer completely set up, and you'll have actually written your very first line of code. It's super structured, totally easy to follow, and I'll be right here walking you through the whole shebang. So let's dive right in. Okay, here's our quick map for today's journey. First, we'll meet Python. 2, look at Python in real life. 3, we'll set up your workspace. 4, you'll write your first Python program. And finally, 5, we'll go over your Day 1 assignment. Let's get to it. So, moving right along to our first milestone, meet Python. What actually is this language anyway? I want you to think about your daily digital habits for a second. Which Python-based apps do you use every single day? When you grab your phone in the morning, what are you opening up? Are you endlessly scrolling through social media, watching recommended videos, maybe asking your smart speaker for the weather forecast? The truth is, coding isn't just some abstract, intimidating concept meant for, a secret club of hackers in dark rooms. It's actually the invisible engine powering the exact tools you and I rely on from the literal second we wake up. Right, so what exactly is it? By definition, Python is a high-level, interpreted, open-source, and easy-to-learn programming language. And honestly, the most interesting part of that whole sentence is that phrase right at the end, easy to learn. Python isn't this scary, complex monster. It's actually incredibly popular, specifically because its syntax is so simple. It practically reads like plain English. It's super easy to read, really easy to write, works across basically all operating systems, and it's backed by this massive global community that's just waiting to support you. Now, let's do a super quick history check just to ground all of this in reality. Python was created by a guy named Guido van Rossum and officially released to the world way back in 1991. And today, all these decades later, it stands out as this powerful, versatile language that's widely considered the absolute best starting point for beginners. So it hasn't just survived the crazy rapid evolution of tech, it has completely thrived and essentially become the backbone of modern computing. All right, moving on to milestone number 2, Python in real life. Let's look at why everyone is actually using it. Honestly, the massive scale of Python is just mind-blowing. We're talking about top companies like Google, Netflix, Instagram, Spotify, and even NASA. Yes, literal rocket scientists use Python. And it's fueling incredibly lucrative, high-demand fields like web development, data science, artificial intelligence, automation, game development, and cybersecurity. Basically, if you're looking for a high-salary job with limitless career potential, Python is the golden key that's going to unlock all of those doors for you. Connecting this back to that question I asked you earlier, just look at these everyday applications. YouTube recommending your next binge watch? Yeah, that's Python. Instagram's addictive scrolling algorithms, the automated chatbots you talk to for customer service, complex weather forecasting models, the facial recognition that unlocks your phone, and the voice assistants sitting on your kitchen counter, every single one of them relies heavily on Python. You're already interacting with this language every day. By being here right now, you're finally learning how to speak it yourself. Next up, milestone 3, setting up your workspace. Let's build the car before we drive it. Okay, so first things first, you need to actually install Python on your machine. Just head over to python.org and download the latest version. But wait, here is the absolutely crucial part of this step. You absolutely, positively must check the box that says Add Python to Path before you click Install. Seriously, I want to shout this from the rooftops. Checking that little box is what ensures your computer actually knows where to find Python when you try to run your code later on. So whatever you do, do not miss it. Now, once Python is installed, you're going to need a place to actually write your code, kind of like your digital canvas. We highly recommend using Visual Studio Code, or VS Code for short. Just visit code.visualstudio.com, run the standard installation, and pop it open. Once you're inside VS Code, you'll want to head straight to the extensions marketplace and install the official Python extension made by Microsoft. Think of this extension as your smart assistant. It highlights your code in different colors and actually helps to catch tiny little spelling mistakes. It's a total lifesaver. Awesome. Now for section 4, your first Python program. It's time to secure your very first quick win. So here are the exact physical steps you're going to take. Open up your newly installed VS Code. Create a brand new file and name it hello.py. Now that .py ending is super important because it explicitly tells the computer, hey, this is a Python file. Then I want you to type exactly this: the word print, open parentheses, quotation mark, hello world, close quotation mark, close parentheses, and finally hit that run button. When you see the words hello world pop up on the output screen down below, take a second and celebrate. Seriously, you just commanded a computer to do exactly what you wanted. How cool is that? Let's quickly deconstruct what you just typed there. The word print with the parentheses, that's your action command. It tells the computer's output screen to show some text. And hello world? That's your data, the actual specific text you want it to display. So when you put them together, action plus data, you're giving the computer a perfectly clear, perfectly logical instruction. Now, before we wrap up the coding mechanics for today, there's one more vital concept you really need in your beginner's toolkit, and that is comments. A comment is essentially a line of text in your code that Python completely ignores. It doesn't execute it at all. Now, you might be wondering, well, why would I write something if the computer's just going to ignore it? Because comments are your personal notes. They're documentation written by humans for humans. They explain what the code is doing so that when you, or maybe your teammates, read it 3 weeks from now, you aren't totally lost. And there are 2 easy ways to write these. If you just need a quick single-line comment, you use the hashtag symbol. Anything you write after that hashtag on that line gets totally ignored by Python. But if you need a longer, multi-line comment for some really detailed documentation, you use 3 single quotation marks at the start and 3 at the end of your block. It's just a really simple, elegant way to keep your workspace organized and readable. All right, that brings us to our final milestone for today, Section 5, your Day 1 assignment. Let's put all of this into practice. To really solidify that quick win you just had, here is your hands-on class activity. Task 1, I want you to customize the code we just learned by printing your own name. For example, Deepak demonstrated it by typing print, then his name in quotes, but you use your own name. Then, task 2, write 1 single-line comment right above it explaining what that code does, something like hashtag my name is, and then your name. And finally, task 3, hit that run button. Seeing your own name pop up on that screen is the ultimate proof that you are officially in the driver's seat. So let's just review your concrete Day 1 checklist. Before you close your laptop today, you should have installed Python, installed VS Code, run the Hello World program, printed your own name, and written 5 different comments just to get some practice with the syntax. Seriously, if you can check off those 5 simple boxes, you have successfully completed your introduction to Python. You are no longer on the outside looking in. You've taken the leap, you've set up your professional tools, and you've written your very first code. That is a massive, highly commendable success for an absolute beginner. But remember, this roadmap is really just getting started. So I want to leave you with a quick thought. Now that you know exactly how to make the computer speak, what incredible things are you going to build next class when we unlock the foundational power of variables and data types? Get that Day 1 checklist finished up, keep that curiosity burning, and I absolutely cannot wait to see you back here next time on The Explainer.